Hi friends, Krista here. Thanks for stopping by Books and Jams. I know it's not quite the end of March yet, but I'm very excited about two different readathons that I'm going to be doing for the month of April. And so I'm going to do my April TBR. I am going to be participating in the month-long readathon called the Bookbuddyathon, and Elena Reads Books is one of the hosts for that, along with Janet, I think, from Swirly Girly Reads. I will link their announcement videos down below. I'm going to be doing this with my buddy Sarah from Sarah's Nightstand, who also is one of the hosts of the other readathon I'm participating in April, which is the Booklist ReadAthon, which is hosted by Sarah and Lindsey from Lindsey's Little Library, two of my good booktube friends, and they do a weekly list recommendation type video called Booklist Thursday, and so they've decided to do a Booklist Readathon. So that happens the first week of April, and so I will start with the books that I'm going to be reading for Booklist Readathon and then go into the books that I'll be reading for Bookbuddyathon, which lasts for the whole month. Now in March, I've been doing a book a day challenge, and my worry and my fear is that I'm going to get into a reading slump after reading a book a day. I'm on track so far with a book a day. We'll see by the end of the month if I've kept up with it. But my hope is that by having two readathons that I'm excited about and books that I'm excited about, I will avoid the whole potential slump. So let's just jump right in. There are 5 challenges for the Booklist Readathon. Again, this happens the first week of April, and I will link Sarah and Lindsey as well as list the challenges down below if you're interested in participating in the Booklist Readathon. So the first challenge is to read a 5-star prediction. One of the things Sarah and Lindsey have done multiple times in their Booklist Thursday is to give 5-star predictions and then come back and tell you how they did with those. For that, I'm choosing East of Eden by John Steinbeck, which is also going to be my Goodreads read-along pick for the month of April. It's a chunker. So clearly I'm not going to finish this whole thing during the Booklist Readathon that first week, but I do want to read it in the month of April, so I want to get at least started with it during the first week. I will link the Goodreads read-along group down below if you're interested in reading a classic with us. I think it's a modern classic technically. I have heard practically all good things about East of Eden. So many people loved it and call it one of their favorites after they're finished. I believe this is a somewhat retelling of the story of Cain and Abel from the Bible, 2 brothers who had a lot of jealousies and stuff between them, but this is set in the farmlands of California. I'm really excited to get to this. I'm hopeful that it will be a 5-star. I'm putting it here as my 5-star prediction for the readathon, and we shall see, I suppose. The next challenge for the Booklist Readathon is to read a book that Sarah or Lindsey have recommended on their channel. And for this, I'm picking a book that Sarah recommended since she's also my buddy for the Bookbuddyathon. And she has talked multiple times about The Life She Was Given by Ellen Marie Wiseman. I don't currently have this because I need to get it from the library. Every time Sarah talks about this book, I say that I want to read it. I don't know very much about it. I know there's a circus involved and a young girl. The girl is rejected somewhat by her family or friends. I'm not really sure. Finds a found family. Every time Sarah talks about it, I'm like, oh, I need to read that book. I know it has had some mixed reviews, but I'm counting it as a book that Sarah has recommended, and I'm eager to read it. The third challenge is to read a book by a new to you author. I recently did a video of 5 authors that I own but haven't yet read, so I picked one of those, and I chose The Girl Who Chased the Moon by Sarah Addison Allen. After posting that video, so many people told me they love Sarah Addison Allen, and it's strange because I never hear her talked about on BookTube or Bookstagram. But this is a nice short book. I feel like it's a contemporary with some magical realism elements. I'm really looking forward to jumping into some of her books since I own like 4 or 5 of them now. So this, I feel like, will be a perfect readathon book. The 4th challenge is to read a book that starts with an S for Sarah or L for Lindsey. And the 5th challenge is to read a book that's on your list. I am combining these into one book. The list that I'm talking about is my series or sequels that I need to continue on with. And so I am choosing Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo. This is the sequel to Shadow and Bone, which I read quite a few months ago and really enjoyed. I love 6 of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. So I'm looking forward to continuing on with the Grisha trilogy in this one. I can't tell you anything about it because it is a sequel, but we're going to continue to follow Mal and what's the girl, Alina and the Darkling and Nikolai, all of these characters. So I'm really looking forward to continuing with this. So for that first week of April, I'll be reading these 3 plus The Life She Was Given, which I feel like is pretty realistic for a week-long readathon. Obviously, I'm not going to get finished with East of Eden, but I'll continue to read it. Then we have for the Bookbuddyathon a wonderful bingo board. I'll try to put a picture up here that has a lot of TV shows that are the foundation of the prompts that they gave or the challenges that they gave. So I will tell you the name of the show. I have found a book for each of these. I have no clue how many I'll actually get through. Sarah had to help me with some of them, and I'll explain as I go along. Here's what they are. For the show 90210, the challenge is a book with a number in the title, and for that I chose Mr. Penumbra's 24-Hour Bookstore by Robin Sloan. I've had this book for quite a while. I haven't read it. Obviously I haven't read it. I love books about books and bookstores. I don't know very much about this, but I know that there is a bookstore that is a little bit more than it appears. It's not a very typical bookstore. People aren't buying things. They're coming in and checking out large books, but then returning them. There are some secrets and mystery involved. I'm really looking forward to reading this. Then for Dawson's Creek, the challenge is to read a book that's over 400 pages, and we return back to East of Eden. My copy has, golly, this is such a big book. Oh, it's not as big as it seems. My copy of this has 601 pages, which it feels like it's so much bigger than that, so that's good, but it's still more than 400, so it completes this prompt. The next show / challenge is New Girl, which I'm currently watching right now and loving. A new to you author or book, and we have already seen my book for this. It is The Girl Who Chased the Moon by Sarah Addison Allen. Pretty Little Liars is to read a thriller or a book with dark themes. And I am not going to show you my options for this. I'm going to be doing a try a chapter tag in the month of April. I've been wanting to for a really long time, so I already have my 5 books that I will be deciding between one of these for a thriller or a book with dark themes, and I have both of those in here. So you'll have to wait and see what book that is. Then we have Gilmore Girls. Read a book from the Rory Gilmore Reading Challenge, and for that I am already started with Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. I'm in an Instagram buddy read group of this, and I'm so far behind. I think we're supposed to be in part 3, which would bring me almost halfway through the book, and I have only read part 1, so I'm so far behind. But I would like to continue with reading Anna Karenina, which is a really big book. I think my copy has almost 900 pages, so yikes. But that is on the Rory Gilmore Reading Challenge, so it satisfies that prompt. The next prompt is Friends, and this is to buddy read a book with your buddy. So Sarah and I have decided to read The Home for Unwanted Girls by Joanna Goodman. I'm thrilled that this is our choice because this is the book that Sarah recommended to me for my recommendations project at the beginning of the year. So it's on my cart of books I want to read this year, and also she said she wanted to buddy read it whenever I got to it. So this is the perfect time. This book sounds so interesting. It takes place in 1950s Quebec, and we follow 2 different storylines. This young girl is 15, gets pregnant and gives birth to a daughter who she is forced to give up for adoption. So we follow that storyline of the mother, but we also follow this little girl who is put in an orphanage, is not actually adopted. But during that time, in order to get more funding, orphanages turned themselves into psychiatric hospitals. So we follow both the mother and the daughter, and I think their attempt or their journey maybe back to each other. I'm not really sure. It just sounds really, really interesting. I definitely look forward to reading this with Sarah. The next show is Big Bang Theory, and read a book that your buddy thinks that you will love. And I am also including The Life She Was Given by Ellen Marie Wiseman for this challenge because Sarah always tells me she thinks that I'll love it, and I'm definitely very eager to get to this one, and it doubles up with another readathon, so bonus. Then we have Sex and the City, where you pick 4 books and your buddy chooses from those 4 which one you should read. I combined this with another challenge, which is the OC, a book with orange on the cover, and I gave Sarah 4 choices of books that I own with orange. So I gave her The Firebird, A Sparrow in Terrazin, The Invention of Wings, and Maisie Dobbs. And Sarah chose for me The Invention of Wings by Sue Monk Kidd. This is a historical fiction that takes place in the South in America, Charleston, South Carolina. So I'm not sure when. So we follow both the abolitionist movement as well as the suffragette movement, as we follow two different women during this time period. And I feel like this is going to be a really, really good book. This was also included in my recommendations video at the beginning of the year. So I'm excited to knock another one of those out, but also I'm just really excited to read it. So I'm thrilled with that choice. Two categories that I don't have books for yet. I'm just going to kind of see how the month is going and what I feel like in the moment and go to the library and maybe kind of just pick something up. But those are Girls, a graphic novel, manga, or picture book. So I just don't know what I'm going to read for that yet, as well as Will and Grace, a book with LGBTQIA+ themes. So I don't have anything for those two categories yet. I will hopefully try to get to them by the end of the month, but I guess we'll see how things are going as the month goes on. And then the final challenge for Bookbuddyathon is Glee, which is a comfort read. And I am participating in the Betsy Tacy read-along for the year. And I'm already behind because March was supposed to be Heavens to Betsy, which I did not yet read. My library has these fantastic, really old editions of it, which is so fun. And then the April book is Betsy in Spite of Herself. So I may have to read both of those in the month of April. We shall see. But those are definitely comfort reads. They're very nostalgic feeling and cozy as we just continue with Betsy's story as she gets older. I believe she's starting high school in this one, and then Betsy in Spite of Herself, she's also still in high school. There are also 4 non-reading challenges as part of Bookbuddyathon. They are post a TBR to your social media. Here we are doing that right now. Talk to your buddy every day, and Sarah and I are going to try to do that, even if it's just a quick little text. Shout out a book lover. So you could be looking forward to a BookTube shoutouts video from me in the month of April. I haven't done one in a really long time, so I'm thrilled about that. And read for an hour in one go is the 4th challenge, and I do that on a weekly basis. So those should be pretty easy to get to. In addition to all of these, I have 2 more books, which is crazy. I started Secret History. I don't have the cover on it right now, but this is Secret History by Donna Tartt. I started this in the month of March, but I've been very, very focused on middle grade books because I keep getting behind, and that's just really where my heart and my mood is right now. I am buddy reading this with Steffi. I will link her channel down below. So yeah, I'm only just a little bit into this one, have a long ways to go, so hopefully I'll continue this in the month of April. And also, I'm in an Instagram buddy group for reading Firefly Lane in the month of April, which is by Kristen Hanna. This is one of her more popular books. Well, not so much anymore. I feel like Great Alone and Nightingale have overtaken this one in popularity, but this follows 2 friends through their lifetimes from when they were young girls until much older. I'm not sure how much older, but I know Kristen Hanna tells a story that I really connect to in general, so I'm looking forward to reading another one of her books if I get to it. I also have a real life book club that meets now, and I don't know what we're reading yet in the month of April, so I'll be adding at least one more unless I can convince them to read one of these. Doubtful, but we'll see. So it's pretty ambitious, my plans for April, especially considering that I read so much in the month of March. However, in January and February, I completed 12 books, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I have 11, 12, maybe 13 on this list. So that's not too bad. Here they are. Here they are one more time. Almost all in frame. If I scooch back, can't go back any farther. There they are, in frame. So here they all are. I would love to chat with you. Oh, golly. There they go. I would love to chat with you down in the comments. I always love talking with you down there. Let me know if you've read any of these books. Let me know if you're participating in either the Bookbuddyathon or the Booklist ReadAthon or both. I would love to chat with you. Let's chat. How many times can I say that? Give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will be talking to you in another video very soon. Bye.